some woohoos. I love it. I love it. Happy Saturday, folks. We're doing some cooking all weekend long. We've already had some delicious apples for breakfast or dessert. I don't know. But we've got a good one coming up for you. I'm especially excited. It's one of my favorite things. But before we introduce the chef, we're going to thank our sponsors, which include Renewal, Remodel, and Additions, which provide this wonderful kitchen you see here before you. Yeah. And Bates Technical College, which you'll see all around. Let's give it up for them. They're going to get all the good, juicy shots for you and play it on the screen so we can see what's happening. So if we talk about simmering, colors, deliciousness, it's going to be there. All right? With all that said, I want to give a warm, warm welcome to our chef, Stephen Gangl of Tacoma Knife Sharpening. Hello, chef.
Hello.
How are you feeling today?
Oh, doing great.
Doing
A
real
little
good.
nervous up here in front of all you people.
They'll be kind, I promise. I promise. So, chef, tell us what we're doing today.
We're cooking a little mac and cheese. Just start with a little bechamel sauce.
Now, why did you choose mac and cheese?
I thought I'd be approachable for everybody. I don't know, really. I couldn't think of what to do. I've never done this before, so I didn't want to think of some complicated dish to try to put together in a half an hour for
And
everybody.
mac and cheese is the good stuff. Like, you think about the dish that you need to have during the holidays. I think it's overlooked. It's like the good
Mac and cheese is overlooked?
Sometimes I think it is. Yeah, people talk about stuffing, mashed potatoes. Who cares? I want the mac and cheese, y'all.
I feel I couldn't lose with mac and cheese, right? Everybody likes mac and cheese.
Well, I mean, unless you're lactose intolerant. That's okay.
Sorry about that. Gluten-free, lactose intolerant? Sorry.
So what are some of our first steps here?
So I got water going here. And we're going to start with melting a little butter. I'm guessing this stove's probably going to throw me off here. I don't usually use electric.
That's been the general consensus the whole weekend. The chefs, they all use the
It's going to
gas.
be too low,
the
too
gas.
high. Let's see how this goes here. Start by melting a little butter. Just a little bit of butter.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
a little dollop there. Now, are we going unsalted or salted? Do you have a
I go
preference?
unsalted just so you control your own salt. You want to be the master of your own destiny, I guess.
I love it.
So I'm going to get that melting. We're going to do some leeks in here, so we're going to melt some leeks. So just a slow saute on these leeks. Hopefully I have enough room for all this. Really wash your leeks. Like I usually soak them. Just wash them really good because they can be kind of filthy.
And we don't want that to make it into the mac. Let's not do that. Now,
Yeah,
if
you don't want gritty mac and cheese.
if anyone has questions at any point in time, give your hand a raise. I will come to you with the microphone so Chef can hear you.
Hit me up.
Yeah. So, I mean, what kind of cut are we doing? Does it matter the size?
Thin-ish.
Ooh, I've got a first question right out of the gates. I like it. All right.
What is it that you like about leeks compared to a different kind of onion?
Like a mellow oniony flavor, not over intense. It's good flavor, not super intense in either direction. You're not like sharpness of an onion, but still there, adding some depth of flavor to your dish. And you're just really kind of building flavor as we go here. So going to chop up a little bit of garlic.
Now, when we say a little bit, how much is that for you,
really
Chef?
just a little bit. I don't want garlic to overpower my mac and cheese, so just a couple of cloves for this dish.
Now,
I'm going to throw a little more butter in with the leeks because, yeah.
just a little, though. So now we're not at a lot yet. There's still a reasonable amount of butter.
I'm a reasonable
dish.
guy. Yeah, just gotta keep it reasonable. Throw a little extra virgin olive oil in with that butter, those leeks.
Just whatever feels good?
Yeah, just, I don't know. Don't measure anything. Just go with it.
Can you
Have
tell us a
fun while
little
you're
bit
cooking.
about Tacoma Knife Sharpening?
I started to come in knife sharpening this year. So I've been cooking professionally since I was like a teenager. I'm getting old. Just really kind of want to try to move out of the industry a little bit, but still stay connected to it. So I did a little intern with an old chef of mine who has a knife sharpening business. So I kind of learned from him. I'm slowly growing that end of my career here. So I want to eventually move into full-time knife sharpening and open a little store with kitchenware, boutique kitchenwares, and
Love it.
handmade knives, and just little cute store.
We could use a little of that in Tacoma. Oh, we have a question, Chef.
Okay. Japanese or German steel, which do you prefer sharpening?
Do I prefer sharpening? I would probably go Japanese. I prefer to, it's definitely like the higher quality of knife. It sharpens way easier. I can sharpen any kind of knife, but the higher quality will just sharpen up nicely and also maintain an edge a lot better than a cheaper knife. I feel, if knives should just feel good to you, and if you like them, that's, if you like it, that works for you. I would keep your knives. So I'm making a little blonde roux here. So to the butter, I added a little flour. I'm just going to kind of incorporate that together. I don't really want it to get much color or flavor to the roux itself. I just kind of want to call it a blonde roux. So just that a little bit. So my water is boiling here. So I'm going to add some pasta, some gunk. I can't even say this. Gunk chile. Sorry for any Italians out there.
You know what? No
I don't know
judgment.
if I don't know if I say something that's Italian. I just kind of do this a little bit. It helps out. I kind of like a shelled pasta or something that's going to hold a lot of flavor, even like a penne, or hold all that sauce in there. I don't usually go for like elbow macaroni really typically when I do mac and cheese. I want to find something that's really going to hold that sauce, and you get that gooey cheesiness all in every bite.
Love it. Do you salt your water when you put your pasta in?
I do for this. Cooking professionally, I don't too much, really, because I kind of want to flavor the sauce and just... I pretty much finish cooking... When I'm professionally, I'll finish cooking my pasta in my sauce to order. I mean, cooking professionally is different than cooking at home.
Chef, we have a question.
I've done a few of these. I think that back corner might be dead on your pan.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes that happens.
Thanks for looking. Thanks for looking out.
I mean, it looks like it's thinking about it real hard.
Is it just, maybe I just took too low. I'll just turn it up.
Don't be shy. Sometimes this is what happens with demo kitchens. You just never know what's going to happen. You got to test that a little bit. So what are you putting in the pan now, Chef?
So I'm putting a little whole milk in there. I like to slowly add it to my bechamel. Really, just get that whisk in there. So you're just going to let that do its thing. Get in there with a whisk every once in a while. And, yeah, this stovetop's kind of throwing me off a little bit.
We'll get acquainted. So when it comes to knives, now we ask the question, what do you prefer sharpening, but what do you prefer using, just personally?
I like a Japanese knife made, so it's a Western handle, so it looks a lot like a Western-style knife, but it's Japanese steel, Japanese made. Really, when it comes to knives, I feel like it's something you should buy and hold that looks cool, because if it's in your hand and it doesn't feel right, then it's going to suck to work with while you're cooking food.
I said it earlier. This is cooking for the holidays, and we don't count calories, so just got to lean in.
Right on. I think this is getting hot. I'm just going to throw the leeks in there, see what happens.
We're gonna see. That's all you can do sometimes. More or whole milk?
A whole milk.
We're
What do we
eyeballing
got
things
here? We
here.
just eyeball here. I don't know. I'm doing about 3 cups of whole milk and about a cup of cream. I'll say that's probably good.
Now, when it comes to the holidays, I mean, we're making mac and cheese now, but what's your favorite thing to either prepare or eat? Or both?
Oh, well, we always do a huge Friendsgiving thing, and I always somehow we got stuck on making stuffing. So we are the stuffing family, but we make a couple of those around sourdough and grind up our own sausage, and so no corners cut, but we always seem to make stuffing. We always seems to be our thing.
That's the thing. You got to have a thing.
I guess you're known for something. So I'm doing a little garlic. I give it a little crush, and then just chop it up.
And you've talked about how you've been cooking since you were a teen, since you've
I
worked.
think I was like 15 as my first job in the kitchen.
Is there, did something call you to it, or was it convenient? Like, what really started
You know what? It was like a little diner, and there was new, and they're like, do you want to be a busser or a cook? And I was like, cook. And then I guess I never really left. I don't know, calling at that age, I'd say no, it was just a job. And I found out I was good at it and kind of just progressed, I guess, as the years went on. From a diner to fine dining to, I don't know, I've kind of like every aspect of cooking. Probably my fun, I'd like to cook kind of like more elevated fun bar food is probably my favorite kind of cooking.
That's kind of the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
We have another question here.
What would you like to top this off with, Chef? What are some fun toppings for mac and cheese you like to do?
Well, I was thinking breadcrumbs, and I was at the store, and I found some everything bagel, like crostini chips.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that. I do some fresh herbs, some of that. You could do like crunchy onions. You could do potato chips. Really, like anything you want to add a little texture to, a little crunch on top. Texture is another thing I really look for when cooking. You want to do like nuts. Just anything to like add diversity of textures in your cooking is nice.
So play mad scientist a little bit. Play around.
Just have fun. I don't know. I take a look at recipes, and that's kind of just like a suggestion. A starting point? I don't know. I feel if you don't change up, then we don't get anywhere, right? We got innovate things.
100%. Make it your own.
So I'm gonna do a little salt in here, a little white pepper.
Now, why white pepper instead of
I don't want to see those
pepper?
big black chunks in this white sauce, so I like to keep everything.
It's a little bit aesthetic. Oh, we have another question here.
Hi, Steve. I came in a little bit late. I just wanted to ask, how much butter do you start with?
Just a little bit.
Tiny?
Just tiny little
like
bit
a
of butter.
tablespoon.
Yeah, maybe a tablespoon and a half, maybe.
Okay, I'm just checking. I mean, it's holidays. It doesn't count. I just want to know.
It's like,
Just a little bit of butter.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. It's the holidays, you got to go for it. I'm going to grate a little nutmeg into this bechamel sauce.
Okay.
I don't know, like a quarter teaspoon maybe. We'll just start a little bit, and we'll give it a little taste. I always taste as you go. Speaking of that, where are those little spoons at you were talking about?
To your left, top drawer. Also, you said nutmeg. We got a thumbs up out here. Got some approval, Chef.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Like that.
How we feeling?
We're going to need a little more salt in there for sure.
Okay.
I think the pepper's there.
We have another question.
Question about the butter. Is it salted or unsalted, and what is your favorite brand?
Okay, let's start. It's complicated. I love butter. Favorite brand? Probably
This could be
Kerrygold.
divisive, by the way.
Kerrygold, probably. Good all around, easy to find. I like unsalted for cooking. If you're like eating bread, which I eat a little bit of bread, tend to make at least 1 or 2 loaves of sourdough a week. I definitely go salt and probably throw more salt on top of that.
I love it. If you're going to say a little bit of anything, I'm just going to assume you mean the opposite.
I don't. It's it's up to everybody's like what's a little bit, I guess.
That's fair.
So you want that to be al dente, still like a little bit of chew to it. Don't overcook your pasta. I'm gonna pull that right now.
Now, you say don't overcook your pasta. Why?
Well, I mean, I guess if you're into soggy pasta, you still. I feel like you want a little chew to it still, a little bit of, You don't want to just like mush in your mouth and fade away. Okay, so we got this bechamel sauce. I'm gonna throw some more fancy words around. So I'm gonna turn this bechamel sauce into a Mornay sauce, just cheese sauce.
Okay.
So I got some Fontina cheese to add creaminess, a little bit of funk to it. Give that a little whisk. Dump this pasta.
Now, for those in the audience who don't know, the sink that we see before us, it's pretend. So they do a little.
So I have a bucket. Okay, so we got Fontina in there. I'm going to throw some sharp cheddar, some Beecher's flagship I'm using. Just a little something nice and sharp. Cheddar's nice. Okay. So I got that funky, creamy Fontina, a little sharp cheddar going on.
Now, Chef, if people wanted to get crazy, are there other cheeses that you're like, definitely try this?
You can throw whatever you want there. I mean, I've done like blue cheese, pepper, everything. Just, yeah, whatever you like, I guess. Just throw it in there.
Oh, we got a little sizzle. The leeks are, in fact, doing their thing, guys.
I'm going to throw a little garlic in there. Season that up a little bit.
Love it, love
it.
All
right. So I'm going to chop up a little bit of fresh herbs, too, here.
What herbs are we working with today?
I just grabbed some stuff in my little herb bed here. So what do I got here? I got some thyme, some rosemary, a little bit of sage, a little bit of parsley. That's what I got growing right now, I guess. So I like to keep it like what's happening right now. You know, when cooking with food, I like to cook with what's happening now. Like look at produce, see what's out there. Like I don't know, last restaurant I opened at, I was like, no tomatoes. People wanted tomatoes. I'm like, no, get tomatoes for like 2 or 3 months out of the year. That's it. I like to keep things fresh, and it helps you think about like what you want to cook. It helps you give ideas to like. You're like, I don't know what to cook. Like, look what produce is out there in season right now, and it kind of helps you give ideas of like what to make. What can I do with this thing? You know.
I think sometimes when people say, like, I don't like tomatoes, I'm like, but have you had a garden fresh tomato in season? Because that's the difference right there.
Yeah, that's big time. I don't want a flavorless, weird, milly tomato.
I mean, I'm not going to yuck your yum if you do. Go for it, but.
I mean, whatever you're into.
So what do we have our cheese sauce on? I know you don't want to get it too hot probably, right?
No. I would like a medium low. Just keep an eye on it. Definitely don't want to scorch it. Else then it's no good. You don't want that burnt flavor in there. And it can easily, with the roux and the cheeses, I would say easily can come to scorch it. So you definitely want to keep an eye on it. Just like right now, it's got a really light bubble going on. I like that. It's happy.
Perfect.
So I'm just going to give these herbs a little choppy chop. And don't when you're chopping herbs, don't kill them when you're chopping them. I've just seen like people like going over and over and over and just like mutilating them. I like kind of ball them up really nicely and do a nice fine like julienne on them.
They maintain some of their flavor then.
Yeah. I'd say I've been told like don't go through herbs more than 3 times with your knife. I was told that once by someone at some fine establishment.
It must be true.
So I'm just to throw that in with my herbage. We're going to throw a little Parmesan in this cheese mix, too, just for a little umami. Some natural depth of flavor going on here.
Love it.
Throw like I don't know, quarter cup, half cup in there.
Listen to your heart.
Whatever feels good. Like I said, I'm not one for recipes that much.
So, Chef, while we're working on this, at Tacoma Knife, can anyone, like, if they're like, I broke the tip on my favorite knife, is that fixable? Do they come to you?
I can pretty much fix anything. You break your knife in half, I can turn it into something usable for sure. Yeah. I can pretty much fix anything up, sharpen any kind of knife. I've had, like, knives where I'm like, I don't know if that's worth sharpening, but if you love that knife, then sharpen it, I've had some, like, Cuisinart knives where I'm like, I don't know if that's worth it, but all right, if you like it. I'm going to throw a little white wine in here. Not traditional, but I think it's good with the mac and cheese. You're going to add a little acidity to it, a little sweetness. I'm just going to do like a quarter cup or so.
What kind of white wine are we using today?
A little bit for me.
Little for you, little for me.
I'm using a little Pinot Grigio. Nice acidity, sweetness to it.
Love it.
So I'm going to give this another taste, see how we're doing. What do we got for time?
Let me take a peek here. It is 1:27, Chef.
Oh, man. I like that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Coming together?
It's coming together.
Feeling good?
Like that, like that. So I'm just going to kind of incorporate everything just in this pot. And then we're going to top it off and bake it off for a little bit. Get it all bubbly and nice.
Love it. Look at those leeks are looking all cute with their herbs. I'm excited.
I'm just going to toss that in here, this pasta.
Now, would you recommend ever if someone just loves making their own pasta, would you make your own pasta for mac and cheese?
If you have, I would say you would want to use like a pasta extruder and semolina pasta. Yeah, go for it. There's very high quality dried pastas out there, like what I'm using today. But yeah, if you're into cooking and that's your thing, then yeah, I would go for it.
What kind of pasta are you using today?
What brand am I using? Montebello. Yeah, it's organic pasta. Got it at Met Market. It's really nice. Keeps its texture. I don't know. I find like some with cheaper pastas, you cook it and it just texture just goes. Even if you're trying to cook it al dente, it's just like it's not there. I go so splurge a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw some of this cheese sauce in there. See where we're at here.
Now, what's the consistency of the cheese sauce we're looking for?
What am I looking for? Like runny, not too thick.
Okay.
A nice coats on that spoon really nicely. Because you want it, you're thinking like, is it going to coat to the pasta? Basically, is what you want. You want it to hold. Oh yeah, that's looking nice.
We got a little shot. We see it. We see what's happening here.
See that? Can you see that? All right. So we're just gonna do a little bake off here.
And how long is it going to bake